Hi friends, I'm Jieyu. I'm a part-time watercolor artist. I like to paint Tang Dynasty monochromatic watercolor portraits. Recently, I got some questions about how I make these watercolor swatching cards, what paper I use, and where did I buy the card sleeve. I'm gonna walk you through all the details in the second half of this video, including why I make them, why they're so important, and the steps. But let's go shopping first. I want to check out one of my favorite art supply store in the city. So yeah, let's go together. Welcome to Soho Art Materials. I love this store. The staff here are artists themselves. They are knowledgeable, friendly, and always ready to help. They carry a fantastic selection of premium art supplies like oil pastels, inks, brushes, and acrylic. If you love painting on canvas, you will find handcrafted, museum-quality options here. And for me, as a watercolor artist, this is the place to buy Agalo watercolors in New York City. I know you can buy anything online these days, but when it comes to watercolor brands I'm less familiar with, I still prefer to see them in person. Also, I just love the feeling of visiting a beautiful art store in person. Wallace Seymour is a brand I'm really interested in. They have some beautiful vintage-looking watercolors. While this store doesn't carry their watercolors, they do stack their drawing materials and inks. You can easily select colors by looking at the attached swatching cards. I absolutely love the packaging of the Jewels and Jewels oil bars. Unfortunately, I don't know that much about oil painting, but since this brand also carries acrylics, I might try their acrylic paints instead. Even though I didn't buy a lot this time, I still feel very happy. Now let's unbox. I got 2 Schmincke super granulating colors, an M-Gran Turquoise. M-Gran is on sale in the store, by the way. A small brush, two Wallace Seymour inks, a Stonehenge watercolor block. Now let's make swatching cards. In my previous video, I mentioned that swatching is the best way to understand colors. I like to document all the colors I have by making these swatching cards. To create them, you will need the following supplies. Watercolor paper. I use a Baohong Artist cold press block. The size is 310 by 230. Paper towel, clean palettes, a pencil, a craft knife, masking tape. I use washi tape. I like to use my largest Chinese handmade brush because it's so soft and absorbent, but any large brush will work. Watercolor paints or inks, a cutting board, a plastic sleeve. I got mine from Amazon and I will put it on the screen. Step 1. Measure. I like to use my previous swatching cards to measure the painting area. Each painting area will be a swatching card. The size is also on the screen. Step 2. Tape borders. I repeat step 1 and 2 until I have 9 cards. These are the 9 paints I'm going to swatch. Step 3. Mask the writing area. I want to leave some blank space to write the name of the paint, so I use the same washi tape to mask the top of each painting area. Step 4. Swatching. This is the most satisfying part. I'm swatching both watercolors and inks this time. I love the packaging design of Ferris well-pressed ink. The bottle is so cute. The ink color also has a lot of sheen, which I like. I'm also swatching some Redbud pigment watercolors. These 3 colors have a vintage nostalgic feel. Next step is to remove the masking tape. For now, I'm only removing the masking tape from the writing area. Since I'm using a watercolor block, I need to detach the paper from the block. Step 7. Cutting. Using a knife, I carefully cut along the edges of the washi tape. Next, I write the names of the colors in the blank space. This is when I usually compare the size of the new cards to my previous ones to make sure they are not too big to fit into the sleeve. Now I have 9 beautiful swatching cards. The last step is to organize them into clean, protective sleeves. That's it for this video. I hope you found it useful and relaxing. See you next time. Bye.
far away than it does today, my dear.